Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, the 21st, I think. She got out of work early today. It was really slow. I went for a walk. I went for a 40-minute walk. Man, I'm pretty tired. And let's see, I just found out today that Dismember is coming to San Antonio. And later at the end of this year, no, not even towards like in the middle-ish towards the end of the year. So that's amazing. Dismember, that's one band well, hopefully I will be able to see them, but that's one band I never thought I'd see. So I am going to review the 1974 classic, The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. This was suggested not to review, but just to watch by my friend Video Massacre. And I just kind of actually brushed it off because I've never seen it, but it's an old 70s movie. I'm not it's not something I'm seeking out anymore. But I was drunk going through his messages through text, and I was, oh yeah, he suggested the Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. I was, oh, the library has it. I know they have it. So I got it. I watched it, and at first let me watch it again. Actually, I was pretty drunk the first time I watched it. I got drunk as I watched it, and then I put it on again, and then I just turned it off because I got really drunk. And so let me watch it a third time, and I watched it, and I was like, I don't know what to say about it. I was like, I could talk about like more about the actors, but after watching it, as I watched it, I had it on three times. It's not boring, thank God. Like this isn't like a blood frenzy, and what's another? I can't remember another bad movie that blood frenzy is just like taken over, or Splatter Farm. This is a really good movie, but I do want to talk about the cast. It's got Robert Shaw, Martin Balsam. Um, oh my God, no, I can't. I didn't write his name. Okay, I just look. Hector Elizondo, who like I always wondered how did what was the movie that made people notice Hector Elizondo? Because he's not handsome. He's not what you consider a star, but I'm pretty sure it had to be this that boosted his career. Um, it's got Jerry Stiller in this. He's a transit officer. And Robert Shaw, who I really only know him from Jaws. And I was, man, I wouldn't recognize him. If I didn't know who he was, I wouldn't recognize him. So like I said, I've never seen this before. And the first thing, it kind of reminded me of a Dog Day Afternoon a lot. Kind of like a hostage situation. And it's a big spectacle. Everybody's watching, and the police are dealing with criminals. In Dog Day, they're kind of crazy. In this, Robert Shaw is more cold, and he's cold and calculating. He knows what he wants and he knows what he's doing, but he's willing to kill to get his point across. And the big thing, a thing to make a big deal is that they're like Mr. Green, Mr. Gray, Mr. Blue. I think they all have color names, and everyone's, oh, that's Reservoir Dogs. That's where uh, QT took that. He's taken. I don't mind that he takes stuff from other movies, but he took that from this. So these four guys, they hijack a subway train. They hold them hostage. They hold 18 people hostage, and they demand $1 million, or they're gonna kill everybody. And we got Walter Matthau as Zachary Garver. I think it's a Garver. And Walter Matthau, I was like, man, Walter Matthau, he's such a weird dude. I was like, man, this is from 1974, and he was like 54. He was born in. I looked it up. I was like, how old is he? Is Walter Matthau? I mean, he died in 2000. So, but he's just. I want to see him. I I should look up pictures. Like I want to see what he looks like young. Maybe I'll use that as a screenshot. What did Walter Matthau? I can't see him young. I cannot see him young. So he's like the guy in charge, negotiating with the hijackers, and he wants to give him the money, and he's doing everything he can to make it run smooth, but things keep happening, just like I guess like Dog Day Afternoon again. So yeah, so this reminds me so much of that. Um, Another thing is just like all these actors. There's no love story. There's no young hero. There's no young. It's not like Speed. Like there's no one what you would call handsome or pretty in this. Which actually I don't know why. I mean I see a lot of old movies, but I really noticed that in this. Like there's no like action hero. Like Walter Matthau doesn't storm the subway and kill them all, or he just wants to get them the money, get them out of there, and then they can assume they're gonna bust them later. Robert Shaw, like I said, he's really good, and then Martin Balsam. I looked him up. I don't know him from a lot of stuff, but he was the judge in Cape Fear, the remake. But I know his face. Oh, and then Dick O'Neill, he's just another face that I've seen so many times. And Jerry Stiller, I don't know if I already said it. I was like, dude, was he? I want to see him young too. He looks almost the same he did in 1974. He did in like 20 years later in 94 or 2004. He just has he kind of looks like a an ape. But he's good though. Like I always for the longest time I always just saw him as funny, but he's really good in this as like a serious role. But he's like lighthearted and like sarcastic. They're all very likable. And Walter Matthau is yeah, he's kind of like I don't know how to describe him. He's tall, looks lanky but kind of frumpy, and he just yeah, man, he would not be the star of any movie if he was alive today. He would be. I mean, he'd probably be in movies, but he'd just be like character actor. Anyway, uh, I watched it 3 times, so and then I each time it goes by. So should you see the Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3? Definitely. If you want to see a really good old movie that like I was gonna say that they don't make them like this anymore, but they made a remake that I want to see now. I hear it's really bad, but I like John Travolta. Then I looked, there was like a late 90s TV remake of this. So the Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, I would give it a I'd give it a 3.5 Manos Hands of Fate, because it's not action packed. There is a little action and shooting, and it's just not something that I would have, honestly, I don't think I would have looked like grabbed it on my own. I was gonna say seeked it out, sucked it. I wouldn't have sucked it out on my own. I'm glad I saw it, and I put it on yesterday, and like before I know it, like already an hour in, and I don't know about you. I'm like a clock watcher. If the movie's not really grabbing me, I'll keep time of it. And before I knew it, this is already almost over. Again and again, also the ending is not like it's not an action-packed ending. It pretty much everything ends, but they got to wrap it up, and that's something they don't really do in movies anymore either. So know that going in that it's slow, methodical, but yeah, it's a really good. So yeah, and the director Joe Sargent, like this is like kind of like a prestigious film, and I was like, well, what else did he make? A lot of TV stuff, a lot of stuff I've never heard of, but he made the like I think it's like '84 horror movie Nightmares, which I remember seeing and I liked, but so that seems like a TV movie too. And then he did Jaws of Revenge, and also everyone makes fun of Jaws of Revenge. How did he make this one great movie? Oh my god, there's another movie I reviewed a while ago. It was like really good, and then I looked up the director's filmography, and he never reached attain these heights again. I guess it's because of the story. It's based on a novel by John Cody. I think that's a C. Yeah, it's got to be Cody. So the source material must be really good, and he just was able to translate that to a film. So yeah, check it out.